So this course, this course, I have never entered a course so reluctantly. I have tried at every turn not to do this course. Um, a friend, a mutual friend of mine, and Manaz's, who did the course, met with me and told me that I should do the course. And I was like, yeah, I've done coaching, people training before. I don't think I need any more courses. And then I've, even when I started the course the first day, I phoned Manaz and said, I really don't think I need to do this course. So it's been a whole journey around that. And I've had to explore again and again the purpose and the reason for being present, for being here. And I've had to still myself, still my ADHD. I'm not even diagnosed, but I wouldn't be surprised. I've had to stay still, and I've had to continue listening, and I've had to continue asking why. And the image that has come to me has been this one of Sankofa. Sankofa, the very act of returning to get it. During this course, I've become 60 and feel so privileged to be 60 years old. I mean, it's incredible. I have no idea how I've lasted this long with the madness I've got up to. But what has come with coming up to 60 and suddenly having grandchildren to think of, which is a whole learning journey in itself, is the need to return and get it. I don't think we ever lose what we have, but we can let it lay dormant, let it lose its power. And I think during the ins and outs of doing this course, I've been reminded 1,000 times of different gifts or different opportunities or different knowledge that I hold. And it's shaken it all up. It's shaken it all up and challenged me to use what I've learned and use what I've gained from being in the world and use everything in a new way going forward. So in this vision that I have of what I see as almost the third space of the organization that I've created, there was an unknowing space, a space where I didn't know what I was creating, a complete unknown. And then there was a space of trying and actioning the ideas that came out of not knowing, like maybe this is it. No, maybe this is that. Maybe that's the way to do it, and what that looked like. And now there is taking the actual learning and planting that so that new leaders can move forward with it. The third space, the space where you return and get the knowledge, embed it, and then let others do with it what they wish, is the space that being on this course has led me gracefully to. Thank you.
So next steps and where this course has got me, like Adiri, a friend of mine suggested, came, said, Madra, you should do this course. It's been amazing. And I was like, yeah, coaching, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not, what is it? How is it different from anything else that I've tried? Because I've done different kinds of therapy myself, and they kind of all worked up until a certain point, and then I kind of faced a block with the the therapist or the counselor, whoever it was. And then Manaz came along, and I contacted her last summer actually, and then I got held back by something else, and I was going to start it in September, but I was just too busy and the stars weren't aligned, and I think more than anything I wasn't ready. So this course, more than anything, has taught me to be present in the moment, and it really has taught me to be present, to be curious, to be open, and to really listen, and to hold a space for myself and for those around me. I think that's so important. But before you can hold it for someone else, you have to be able to hold your own space. And it's helped me to align. And although I haven't been able to put into practice everything that we've been learning, I feel that at least at least I recognize something, and I'm learning. I'm learning to kind of say no to the situations that don't serve me, although I still kind of fall into that trap, but at least I recognize that, whereas before I would have been completely oblivious. Something that I've really has been at the core of the course for me is doing all the unlearning and learning again. I've learned that I am whole as I am. I'm loved, and I don't need validation from other people. Those are the things that I've come away with from the course. And moving forward, the next steps, I would say, to use each day as a gift, to be present, to continue working and to continue the curiosity, and to be alive in day by day. And it's helped me, it's ignited in me something that I thought I'd lost. I feel I really almost feel alive again, and that passion that I had when I was 18 and going to university, and that excitement that I thought was over, and you kind of deal with mundane life. I feel alive again. So I look forward to living and enjoying each day as a gift. Thank you.
So I could have spent those 5 minutes that you just gave us to write a script, but that would have been January Kirsty, not now Kirsty. And that script would have tried to impress you with everything that I've learned, and I'd have gone through my notes and picked out the key words that I'd have thought, oh yeah, those are the buzzwords, those are the things that would impress you. But I didn't spend the time doing that. I just lay down for 5 minutes to think about everything. And the thing that kept coming up for me from the start was trust and faith, because I didn't have that in myself at the start. And it was the faith of someone else who encouraged me to do the course. And it was Manaz's faith in all of us that we had it in us to start coaching on that first day, which I thought was just absolute madness. But somehow, yeah, I did it. And, I'm glad it's not recorded, because it probably wouldn't have been that effective, or I would have really cringed at it. But yeah, and over that time, I have developed a trust and a faith in myself and what I'm capable of. and what others are also capable of. And I think it's the fact that you get to ask what someone really wants that's so powerful, because yeah, I don't do that enough. I've never spent time really thinking about what I really want and what I want my future to be like. And this program, yeah, forces you to do it, gets you to have to open your eyes and look forward. And although a lot's changed in the past 6 months from what I thought it was going to look like for me, the one constant that I've had is this course and the community, and looking forward to it each time it comes round. And it's highlighted for me my what's the word, the want of a community and the need of a community. And I don't think I can be feeling like the only person that feels like this. So the next step for me that just popped into my head yesterday when you asked that question is creating a community or facilitating a community, something. I need just be with curiosity and see where that goes. And yeah, I'm not sure exactly what it looks like, but I know what it feels like, and that's all I need to focus on for now. So yeah, I just thank you, and to everyone, you've all had a massive impact, and I feel like it's the last day of school and I'm getting quite sad, but I'm also like enjoying it, and just yeah, be the apple tree, like as that guy says. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, so my journey through NoorWorks coaching. I just want you to all, I'm sure you're all familiar with the song I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor. Have this music playing in the back of your mind while I read this. At first I was afraid. I was petrified. Being made to coach on day one, I just wanted to cry. But then I spent so many nights practicing coaching after work, and I grew strong, and I learned how to get along. Now I have tools. I've learned how to hold a space. There's a difference between closed and open language, and I've learned in myself to have more faith. I've learned not to try and solve the problem. I've learned to identify language patterns and self-beliefs, but most of all, just listen and be present, and all will be okay. So all that doubt, I've said, go on, go, walk out the door, turn around now, you're not welcome anymore. There's no longer any room now for you in my life. I wave goodbye, I wave goodbye. It took all the strength at times not to mentally fall apart, trying with all my mental strength to guess what questions to ask. I spent oh so many nights feeling sorry for myself. I tried and I tried, but now I hold my head up high, and you see me, somebody new. I have all the coaching tools that I could ever use. So now I fly. I feel I can thrive. I've got my life to live and all this coaching to give, and I will fly high. I have survived.
I don't know if you can see this. This is a picture. Firstly, sorry, let me thank Manaz for encouraging me, sort of pushing me to do this course. At first, I was a bit hesitant, a bit uncertain whether I wanted to do it, but as I did it and I've progressed into it, we've done it, and it's made an impact in my life. So, in my little picture, if you can see it, there's a boat. In the boat, there's me, and to this side is the darkness, the moon, the stars, but there's a lot of words around it. I was drifting. I had lack of confidence. That's the one I wrote now. There's so many words there that are negative words in the darkness. And then one part of the boat's on the sunnier side where I'm drifting towards the sun. The sun has from this course I've learnt to self-love. I'll write this way down. I've learnt to start new adventures. I've learnt to learn to appreciate people, to learn to go and face my dreams, try and help people as much as I can. What was it? To run for opportunities, grab them as much as I can. I'm trying not to be so negative and be so positive, and I'm trying to help others with it as I go along. That's all it is. And I want to thank everybody. Each one of you have made an impact in my life, and I want to thank all of you. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I guess this coaching journey has probably been, well, the longest for me out of you guys, because I started last year in September. And I'm finally here. So yeah. And I think if I just like look back, I feel like every module I was kind of in a different city or a different country. And this was actually the only kind of constant thing in my life, which ironically scared the shit out of me. And often I didn't actually want to show up. Yeah, like it was just, sometimes it was like really hard to just like be here, because I felt like everything else in your life, you can create chaos and drama and all these things, but to come here, it was like, none of that mattered. I had to actually just strip down and be myself. For some reason, that was really hard. Yeah, so it was just difficult to show up. But I think even more challenging than that was like, and I don't know if this fear was instilled by like one of the first modules where Manaz said something like, don't contaminate other people's world, don't muddy their waters. So I think I literally felt like, who am I to coach or give advice to other people, you know? So there was a real self-doubt thing there that I just, yeah, I think like that was actually one of the biggest fears, was just like putting a lot of pressure on myself to be a coach, to be there for somebody else, and actually show up and be present for them. And I actually felt really guilty that I genuinely would potentially muddy someone else's water or contaminate their world because I wasn't in the right space. So yeah, I think I remember one time where I like literally think I was just going to pull out of the whole thing, and I messaged Manas this. I was physically ill, I was exhausted, emotionally, mentally, whatever. I was like, no, what the hell am I doing here? And remember when I was saying something like, just try to bring the energy that you have to support others. And I just thought, well, that's a really ridiculous thing to say, because I don't have any energy right now. So what do you want me to give others? Anyway, I showed up. I think I had like 10% going in. I just showed up, I didn't do anything else. And I think that was the weekend that I actually realized like the real power of coaching. And that is that it's actually very healing. Because yeah, I realized the greatest challenge I had to overcome was just basically show up as a coach or as a client, was just to be, and that meant like in whatever space I was in. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to study anything. I didn't have to give any advice. I just had to like let go, be still, surrender. That sometimes meant just letting go of all the layers of shit, as Manaz also says. But yeah, and that was actually very simple. Like just allowing myself to be, and nothing else mattered. And yeah, I think I left that session that weekend with more than 100% of energy. And I think, yeah, on this journey, it's been definitely helped being in a trusting environment, I've met a couple of you here, but obviously I was with another group. And I think just sharing with them and being able to be in a space where it was a really non-judgmental space helped for me to be able to let go of a lot of my layers and able to trust myself. But I was really humbled by other people doing that with me too, and realizing that actually we're not all that different. People just actually want the same thing, and they have, at the deepest core, we're all kind of connected and want the same things. So yeah, I think over these months, almost a year, I definitely feel a lot lighter, a lot brighter. I feel like I'm a much kinder to myself, and yeah, I'm really hoping to be able to spread that healing properties of coaching that I've uncovered to other people, hopefully. But yeah, really grateful to Manaz and everyone who has shared this journey with me. So thank you.
So I joined this course last year. I think it was in January 2023 or Feb. I don't remember now, but I was unable to complete it. But I'm glad I forced myself to complete it this time. So I actually never knew about NoorWorks, and I had never thought about being a coach. One of my old friends, he just called me, and I still remember it was the end of Ramadan here, and he said this course is happening and Minad is going to be doing it for the last time, and I think you should attend. So without even thinking, I enrolled for the course, and I had zero expectations. I didn't know what the course was about, but since it mentioned coaching, I thought maybe it would help me understand myself better. And the other thing is I have a lot of I had a lot of experiences with my colleagues and friends, and they would come to me for advice, and some even, sort of suggested that I should do it professionally or at a larger scale. But and it still is not something I would like to do, but it sort of motivated me to attend this course and continue it. I feel that this course has made me much more calmer, much more disciplined. And I have this new self-respect for myself and for others. I've always had this feeling that I tend to think differently than others, and maybe the way I think is not in alignment with what others expect of me. But this course has helped me really get out of that out of that fort or that block that I had, that mental block. And I feel that I do things more, the things that I do now are more because I want to do them. And I am conscious of the fact that while doing so, I'm not hurting anybody. I think I've become a much, much better listener as well. And even in my regular conversations with people, I have this thing, I should not be asking the why, and I should not interrupt. I'm still struggling with it, but I'm aware and conscious of that fact. Another thing I think has come out of this course is that I feel I've been coached. I've done a little bit of coaching, tried to do a little bit of coaching, but I think it has really helped me because I've been coached along the way as well. And that has really changed my life. It has made me aware, much more aware of what I want to do, what my dreams are, and not to let people judge me. Yeah, I think it's more about self-awareness. Yeah, and like a lot of you, I think it was a struggle for me to complete this course, to be present And I had so much anxiety before the start of the course, before the start of every module. But once I started, it was really changed so many things inside, and I felt like at peace when I slept. I've learned so many new concepts, so many new things. Also met so many new people, and it's good to know all of us are on a similar journey. So that is really helpful. Yeah, thank you.